Good night from your favorite crypto educator, your favorite crypto cowboy, the crypto abstract. How's everybody feeling on this beautiful January 28th? It's 9 p.m. on this beautiful night in the crypto market. How is everybody feeling? If you love my content, love what I do, hey, please like, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the subscriptions to the channel. It helps push the content up the algorithm. And also, if you like the video, if you like what I do every single day, hey, make sure to like the content, like the video, and hey, let's get it started. For those that don't know me, my name is the Crypto Abstract. I've helped thousands of people in the crypto world, helped thousands of people make money in crypto, help thousands of people understand what crypto is, help thousands of people really just how to use it in your every single day life. And also, I created a Discord called the Inner Circle Discord. It's a Discord where people can come together, crypto enthusiasts can learn together, a place where people can get exclusive market calls from me, exclusive market analysis, and hey, in the market where things are very volatile, things are always, one day in crypto feels like a year. Crypto market is always moving up and down. Hey, the inner circle really is a place where people can come together and win together. Okay. And for those that don't know, also, um, on January 31st, it's gonna be the last day to mint the Genesis Pass NFT. Okay, this NFT grants you lifetime access to my inner circle. As long as you hold it, you will always be in the inner circle Discord. And it's really an NFT to prepare for this bull run, the next bull run, the bull run after, until we're 100 years old. As long as you hold this NFT, you will always be in my community. January 31st is in 3 days. So, hey, I'll see you guys in there. So, hey, let's jump right into the market and jump right into the crypto news. Yes. The good old crypto news, guys. So listen, first thing is first that I do want to touch on. Arizona Senate moves forward with Bitcoin reserve legislation. Okay, Arizona lawmakers have advanced a Bitcoin strategic reserve bill which seeks to deploy the world's first cryptocurrency as a savings technology for the state, which is a very, very big move because then that would signal that Arizona is trying to create a Bitcoin reserve, which is a very, very, very smart move on their end, I believe. They're prepping for what's to come in the future, and they don't want to be left behind. Okay. Also, we got Bitwise filing with SEC for a spot Dogecoin ETF. I find this one the highlight of the news today, because I would have never expected ever that a Dogecoin would be having an ETF. And I do feel like the interesting thing about this is that I feel like there would actually be a lot of people, big time investors and whales, and just people with a lot of capital that would probably be interested in a Dogecoin ETF, simply because of the volatility, right? The gains that could be met. And if Dogecoin were to be approved for an ETF, the funny thing is, I feel like Dogecoin has a higher chance than many other cryptos to be approved, because Dogecoin is fully decentralized. And also, whereas you have something like an XRP where there is a reason to believe that it might not be what people believe it is, right? It might actually just be a security, and having an ETF approved, it would be tougher for an XRP. But for Dogecoin, it seems like an ETF is actually easier for Dogecoin to get approved. So I find this very interesting, and it would definitely improve the price of Dogecoin if an ETF were approved. I mean, the world's largest meme coin keeps getting bigger, and it is a household name. I mean, I think it's funny because when you ask the average person what cryptos do they know, they usually name two cryptos. They usually name Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Some people don't even know what an Ethereum is, but they know what Dogecoin is. So I feel like this is a big, big move for Dogecoin. They're listing Coinbase custody as the proposed custodian. Coinbase has been the custodian for a lot of these big ETFs, so I do find it very interesting, and it would help Coinbase's business. Okay. Also, in other news, Bitcoin moves priced in ahead of FOMC meeting. I do agree with this. A lot of people right now, Polymarket users predict a 98% chance that the Fed will not make any rate cut changes on January 29th. Tomorrow is the FOMC meeting, and there is a possibility, guys, that we will not, that the move in Bitcoin might already be priced in. Maybe. Because I know that people are nervous right now of market crashes, etc. And we all know when Jerome Powell speaks, and he speaks volumes. I mean, he can move a market just by saying 2 little words, 3 little words. He can move an entire market. So for him, with the FOMC meeting possibly not having any Fed rate cuts, the move in Bitcoin probably is priced in already. There is a big possibility. It's a very big possibility. But tomorrow is the first FOMC meeting with Trump in office. So I'm going to be very interested to see what Jerome Powell has to say. For the most part, every FOMC meeting that has happened in recent times, when Jerome Powell speaks, the market starts crashing. That's just something that's been going on numerous times over. That's just something to keep in mind. I feel like, we've had a lot of good news in terms of, Trump supporting crypto, etc. But I do feel like sentiment is changing quite a bit. Let's see the fear and greed index. Okay, we are very greedy right now. We are actually in historically, it's not that this is completely accurate. One could argue that this doesn't mean anything, but at the end of the day, when we are a lot more greedy, there is a possibility that we can actually sell off. Okay, so I just do want everyone to understand that in the fear and greed index, we are a bit greedy. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, everyone in the chat, man, how's everybody feeling? Everybody watching today, appreciate everyone for showing up today, man. Gotta love it, man. Crypto market is extremely volatile the past couple days. One thing I do want to point out today actually is going to be Bitcoin futures. Okay, and on the 24-hour for Bitcoin, it seems like the market is starting to lean a little bearish in terms of futures. So seems like a lot more, not that it's a lot because it's neck and neck, but it seems like a lot more people are starting to short. A lot more people are starting to short Bitcoin. Okay, on a lot of exchanges, for the most part, Bitcoin is being shorted right now. That's something to keep in mind. Okay, and when you look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, okay, this is something important to always look at. And this is something I do want people to understand, okay? And why I say that there's always that possibility that Bitcoin could jump down to a $70,000 price. Something I wish can happen just so that we can grab extremely well prices. But here, check this out, guys. And you guys know more than anyone because you guys watch crypto, you guys see what's going on. You guys know that markets love to get liquidity, love to seek out liquidity. And when you look at the liquidation heat map, you can see that there is a lot of liquidity all the way to a hole right here in 6968K. Okay, so you guys got to think about that on the liquidation side for Bitcoin. There is a lot of money being betted on an upside. If Bitcoin were to try to seek out liquidations here, this is why I'm saying we can see a flash crash to a 70K. And it's obviously a possibility, but nobody knows the future. But this is dangerous. Okay? 70K is where there's a gap. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the market trying to capture all this liquidity to bring it to a 70K and kind of reset the futures market, because on the upside there isn't much liquidity on the upside, which obviously allows Bitcoin to just keep shooting up, shooting up, shooting up. But on the flip side, the way I think is, you guys got to think, liquidations is what helps the market move very high. Okay, and in the past we've seen a lot of liquidations that helped the market move the way it did. Whereas right now, because you guys understand, like, let's say someone has a short in, when they get liquidated, now they're forced to buy. So now it shoots the market even higher. Whereas if people have longs in and they get liquidated, it forces them to sell, which pushes the market even more down. Okay? That's something that you guys got to keep in mind. So there is a lot of liquidity in the market right now in futures that if it were to be liquidated, things can get very ugly in the short term. Okay? Something to really keep in mind, guys. Also, one thing I wanted to point out, hold on. Where is it? Hold on. We are seeing the number of transactions on Bitcoin falling. Okay? Now, obviously, when we had the peak in November of 2021, the transaction count was actually 288,000, and right now we're actually seeing 348,000. The total size of transactions right now, kind of at a standstill, but declining overall. And one thing too, I do want to point out, Ethereum, guys. One thing that I find very, 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 very interesting about Ethereum is, and this is, I believe this is a bad signal for Ethereum, the total transaction fees on Ethereum. Okay, now when we go here on the, let's do 5 years. Okay, during the peak of last bull run, we seen about, let's call it $80 million in transaction fees paid in one day. On the first dump of last bull run, we seen $112 million of fees paid in a single day. Today, we are literally, closer to $2.8 million. Whereas last bull run, we were seeing bigger spikes in total transactions per day. So I do feel like the Ethereum network is struggling in a way in terms of fees, because fees does give a narrative of a lot more people are using that chain. A lot more people are transacting on that chain. So right now, when we're seeing this huge decline in fees being paid, it means that less people are actually using Ethereum. Okay, the number of active addresses on Ethereum, though, seem to be, hold on, I mean, at the end of the day, number of transactions have steadily rose up on Ethereum, and number of active addresses over time has steadily increased. But also, it is not as parabolic as it used to be. Like when you see over here in 2017, 2018, the amount of active addresses, at the peak were 690,000. The peak of active addresses in 2021 was about 700,000 addresses. Okay, right now we're sitting at somewhere around 500,000 active addresses. I would like to see this go up as as a appreciation of price. That's something to think about. And number of transactions, I would want to see this go up. Right now, Ethereum, statistically wise, okay, the TVL has been declining. Not a good sign. TVL has been declining. Nowhere near the peak it was in 2021. Okay. I would obviously want to see the TVL going up on Ethereum compared to last bull run, because if Ethereum is to pass all-time high, TVL would have to pass $108 billion. Right now, we're sitting at about $62 billion. Solana was able to pass its TVL all-time high of about $10 billion, and it went to a peak of about 12 billion, and now it's retesting the all-time high from last bull run. Okay, so this is this week alone, we've been seeing a lot of TVL leaving some of these bigger coins. Something to keep in mind, guys. Hyperliquid, which has been super liquid, is now down 50% from its TVL high in December. Okay, so it does feel as though total value locked across all these changes, 117 billion, and we are seeing a retracement in TVL. So that does mean that money is exiting the market in a way right now. Okay, now one thing that I do want to get past to you guys that I have been thinking about: Bitcoin looks so bullish, but the rest of the market looks bearish. It's actually quite interesting, because usually, for the most part, markets kind of move together, right? Like a Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum goes up, but it almost seems as if Bitcoin is doing its own thing, and Ethereum and the rest of the market are falling behind. And that obviously shows in BTCD, BTC dominance, which continues to go up time and time again, continues to go up. So, I know a lot of people right now are, a lot of people messaging me saying, should I sell my altcoins? Are we gonna go lower? And I know it's a tough, it's a tough moment right now. It's very different than last bull runs in the sense that BTC has swallowed the entire market and literally is doing its own thing while everyone else is struggling. And it almost makes me feel like everyone is trading their altcoins for Bitcoin and kind of finding a safe haven in Bitcoin and trying, I guess, to stay away from the altcoins. As I've said before in the past, guys, altcoins have broken key supports that have held for a month. I know people, want to buy in and oh, this is the bottom here, but guys, we don't know where the bottom is right now. But I would say is that it is still a very good moment to DCA at the end of the day if you do have conviction of some of these altcoins and you do want to buy in. I mean, they are touching very important moving averages here. ICP touching a very important moving average that's held all the way since June of 2024. So there is buying opportunities being awakened. The only issue that I have, that I feel as though BTC continues to move up in the market, continues to still show a lot of strength, and it just makes me feel like the next leg up, BTC is going to continue to rage on. So me personally, I just feel like people asking me, what should I buy? What should I buy? BTC is what you should be buying. To be honest with you, I feel like the only coin right now that people should be accumulating is Bitcoin at the moment, because Bitcoin has shown strength time and time again. And on this monthly chart, this is something also I want people to understand. The monthly chart on Bitcoin looks phenomenal. If today was the last day of the month and Bitcoin were to close right now at these prices, this would be extremely bullish in my eyes. Many influencers crypto influencers called this a shooting star. Okay, that it was going to end in the red over here. This doesn't look like a shooting star now, does it? If Bitcoin were to close at these prices. Now, for Bitcoin, to me, to confirm a shooting star, it would have to close below $93,000 for this to actually be a shooting star. But the interesting thing is that closing over here on Bitcoin, the next candle, to me, should be a leg up. I feel like Bitcoin is really doing its thing. Has really proven time and time again why it is the superior asset in this market, why it is the number one crypto, and why every other crypto follows Bitcoin. Because super institutional whales, people with big money, continue to buy Bitcoin, and it seems like the demand for other coins are not as what they once were. Okay, many people calling for new lows in the new lows in Ethereum in the short term, new lows in a lot of these coins, and I just feel as though the only coin showing strength is Bitcoin. Because if you look at the monthly here, look how beautiful this chart looks, closing here. Look at Ethereum though, this doesn't look as good. Okay, you look at a GRT, doesn't look good. A Pepe doesn't look good. Shiba doesn't look good. Solana still looks good. Okay, on the monthly. And when you do the whole comparison between Solana and Ethereum, Solana is showing a lot of strength against Ethereum on the monthly. Because as we get closer to the end of the month, we want to be paying attention to the monthly candles, because the monthly candles can kind of give us an idea of what's going to happen on the next month. Now, preferably, I would love to see a Solana closing above, at least that 263 level on the monthly, because that would be a past all-time high. At least close a monthly candle above the previous all-time high from last cycle, and I feel like that would be phenomenal. So on the monthly, guys, BTC is really the one that's showing the ultimate strength. Also, Chainlink is showing a lot of strength here on the monthly candle. So there's only certain coins in my eyes right now that are showing a lot of strength, whereas a lot of other coins are weakening, are showing very, very weak signals. Dogecoin still showing bullish momentum, still holding, but what I ultimately want to see is where the market closes on in 2 days. If you guys got any coins you guys want me to check out, feel free to write them in the chat while I'm here, so we can go over some of these coins that I know you guys are keeping your eyes on. XRP looks phenomenal on the monthly. I'm not gonna lie. XRP looks really good on the monthly right now. If we're gonna act like it would close right at these prices, but if these candles were to close at these prices, it still looks very good. Cardano kind of giving me Dogecoin vibes. The thing is that I feel like that's very different than this bull run from the last bull runs. Is really there's just too many coins on the market. Last bull run there wasn't as many coins as there is today, right? Like there's just like the markets, it just feels like it's super diluted. There's so many coins, and there's so much supply and just not enough demand. And I feel like like in the last bull runs, we had a limited amount of coins, and there was more focus on some of these coins, and there was more and since there's a smaller focus on a certain set of coins, there's more probability that those coins will shoot up. But now it almost feels like there's too many coins. I mean, every day there's a new coin on Solana sucking up liquidity. There's a new coin here, there's a new coin there, and there's just not enough people buying these coins. So that's why I feel like this bull run is a bit different than the last bull runs, in a way where last bull run, we were seeing, like last bull run, look at this. Dogecoin was going insane in January, February, March, and April. Whereas this bull run it started going crazy in September, all the way to December already. November, and then December was the drawdown. Okay, whereas it just it's starting to feel as though this bull run might end sooner than people think. It starts to feel like this bull run actually might not last as long as people had initially had thought, because usually bull runs end in November to January, but now it starts to feel like this bull run could possibly end somewhere between September to November. And that's something that people have to keep that people have to keep in mind, that if this bull run is moving too quickly, okay, if this bull run's moving too quickly, you have to start gearing up for potential taking profits on the way up and not waiting too long to take profits. In the last bull run for BTC, we seen massive gains in October. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 green months. Okay, 6 green months, all the way from October. Right now we had 1, 2, 3 red month, what possibly can be a 5th month. So the market is moving a little different, guys, and the market is there is a lot more money involved in Bitcoin. But I do want to tell you guys that this bull run is definitely different than last bull run in many ways, and I just feel like as though I would definitely be considering at some point in the middle of this year, considering taking an absurd amount of money off the plate and starting to DCA out of positions. The same way where you DCA into positions, you should be considering DCAing out of positions. Someone in the chat said, I'm bullish on BTC. I'm super bullish on BTC as well. As much as I do want it to hit 70K, at the end of the day, the only chart that looks extremely bullish right now still remains BTC. So it starts to make me feel like here's one thing to think about, right? Because I know everybody wants an altcoin season, but Bitcoin dominance is still relatively very high. And altcoin season only starts when Bitcoin dominance goes down. The issue I'm having is on the monthly, on all these altcoins, they are taking a shit. Now there's certain altcoins that look good. You have the Solana, you have the Doge that looks relatively okay, but the rest of this market, these coins are super in the red. Like ApeCoin, this is a horrible monthly to be closing. To me, this is a horrible monthly to be closing on ApeCoin, because ApeCoin is still on a wave down. Look at this. It's still on a wave down. Okay? Anybody could figure this out. Okay? That it's still on a downtrend. Okay? And to close the monthly at these prices, I mean, guys, it begs the question, when is the altcoin season actually gonna start? You know what I'm saying? When you really think about it, and I hate to be the Debbie Downer, because I'm always the guy that wants the altcoin season to come. I'm always the guy that wants us to go to the moon with alts, because there's an absurd amount of money to be made there. But we have to listen to the charts here, and the charts are telling us that we are still in a downtrend, and it doesn't, like, these altcoins do not look as good as we once thought. Okay, because when we were looking here in December, especially, I'll use ApeCoin as an example, okay, and how this was such a big bull trap. Fooled me, fooled many. Because on the monthly, if this closed in the green here, this would have easily signaled a reversal, a big time reversal. And now we have the potential now to shoot up very high. When Bitcoin dominance was going down and Bitcoin dominance was looking ugly, a lot of these altcoins were looking phenomenal. And for December to be such in the red for alts, to me, it's signaling that altcoin season might not be here like we thought it was. Okay? And because at the end of the day, guys, BTC's monthly looks phenomenal. The rest of this market's monthlies look nasty. Very nasty. Okay? This is not what I want to see as if you are big on altcoins. Someone said Filecoin. Look at this. Like, guys, look at this. If we close, because the monthly candle closes in 2 days, if we're closing like this, I wouldn't want to be invested in altcoins. To be realistic with you guys. To me, what it seems like is BTC is the only thing people should be holding right now. As crazy as that sounds. You know, with exceptions to certain coins like a Doge, a Chainlink. There's certain coins that look well, like a Solana, you know. But the rest of these markets, they don't. It just looks nasty. Someone said Aave. Let me take a look at Aave. Okay, Aave looks good. I would like to see Aave closing above $310 on the monthly. Now, the interesting thing is, okay, and why sometimes it the tough part is, right, it's hard to trade monthly candles because the beginning of a month, like look at Aave, right? Look at the beginning of the monthly candle on Aave. We were all the way at 376. Anybody that sees this is like, oh no, this is going to go to the moon. And if you trade the beginning of the monthly candle, you would now be super in the red. Okay? Because if you bought the top of this monthly candle to right now, you are down, my friend, 23% from the top of January. Right? So I would like, but here's the interesting thing about monthly candles. Just how it's hard to trade in the beginning, at the end though, it can do a pump to try to close in the green, because we all know if an Aave closes in the green or the green here, there's going to be a lot of buyers coming in next month. But the tough thing is that it's closing in the red, and there's a potential here. There's a potential, guys. If Aave closing in the red, we can see a drawdown back to that fib of 195. Maybe use it as support to then go back up again. Okay, because that's possible. That's something that we've all seen in the past. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with drawdowns in the middle of a bull run. Okay, but obviously Aave is a coin that looks more healthier than the rest of the market. But that's something to consider because we still have time in this bull run. Okay, because when you put it in perspective, even me drawing this out right here, okay, that would put us all the way in June. So we still have time to consolidate. It would, to me, this is not a problem. Like all these like red monthly candles is not jeopardizing the bull run. What I'm just trying to get at is that in the short to medium term, it's jeopardizing its price in the short to medium term. Because if Aave were to dip down all the way to 192, hey, it still has March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, all the way to get back to its all-time high. Because we all know that things work in waves, and we all know crypto works in waves. Okay? Nothing is forever up and nothing is forever down. It works in waves. Okay? We have over here God Hash. The heart wanted to go up. Our pockets needed to go down lower. I will agree on that, man. Everybody wants the altcoin season and all these altcoins to go to the moon. But the reality is that, and this is why I say don't have all your capital invested in the market, because if the market does decide to draw down, like I believe some of these altcoins can actually do, it would create very big buying opportunities. I mean, when you guys look at ETH, okay? ETH has been on this trend for a very long time, guys. Okay, ETH has been in this consistent trend here for a very long time. And look at the trend, Okay, let me actually increase the size of this trend line. There we go. So if we look, change the color over here for you guys so you guys can see it a little better. There we go. So you see this trend line, and now look at the last moving average. It's following that trend line almost exact. Okay, so would it be far-fetched to see this close here and the next candle for ETH to go all the way to a 2,400, 2,500? No, it's not far-fetched, because it can do this, and it can do this, and then it can do this, and then this. Okay, when you guys see it, now it starts to make a little bit more sense. Okay, it is not far-fetched. So I just don't want people panicking like, oh, you know, bull run's over. But I do believe that there's a possibility here that this is a bear trap on Bitcoin, but a bull trap on the rest of the altcoins. So what I mean by that is Bitcoin is the one that's more probability to keep running higher and the rest of the market to fall back. Because if Bitcoin really starts to rage on and the focus remains on Bitcoin, altcoins could continue bleeding. But when you look at this chart on Ethereum, it is not far-fetched to say that it can do this. To go back to that trend line, because at the end of the day, we were just there in September. We were just there in November. Like, we all know that prices that were just a couple of months ago can be retested again. It has happened in crypto numerous times. I mean, just in the bear market for ETH, we went to 925. We went back down over here to 1150. We went back down over here to 1530. Consistently hitting that trend line, guys. Look, consistently hitting the trend line. Look, even after we went to the moon here to 4,093, we still retested that trend line. So to see it go here, reject at the price that we hit before, I would bet that Ethereum goes back to that trend line of about 2,438. And to top it off, Ethereum isn't looking good as a narrative anyway, because the good old Solana has been stealing the show. So I just feel like for anyone invested in Ethereum, I just feel like in the short term, you know, 1 to 3 months from now, expect corrections in Ethereum. Now, if this goes to the moon, great, man. Hey, by all means, I can't tell the future. I don't have a crystal ball. It's not a big deal to me if Ethereum goes to the moon or not. But me looking at this from an outsider looking in, I feel like there is a correction incoming in a lot of these altcoins. They are closing the monthly really ugly. And when you look at the yearly for these coins, okay, see, now this looks better. Because when you see the yearly on Ethereum, who's to say Ethereum can't, like I said, go back to trendline to then shoot back up? This is a yearly candle, guys. We have all year to hit all-time high. I believe Ethereum will go to all-time high this bull run. I believe that firmly, that it will go to all-time high this bull run. I have no doubt about that. But does that mean that we can't have turbulence along the way? Of course we're going to have some turbulence along the way. Can we have dumps along the way? Of course. But when you look at BTC on the yearly, it starts to show a different story that we are correcting right now before we ultimately shoot to the moon. Because in the last bull run, 2020, 2021, we've seen a huge green candle in 2020, and we've seen a ginormous candle on 2021. Right now, we have 2023, 2024 of green candles. I'm expecting this to be a huge green candle as well. But I just feel like people need to be patient. Things don't happen overnight, okay? We got Jared Levine saying H-bar, man. H-bar on the yearly looks great. H-bar on the monthly also looks great. I think H bar also can fit in line with that whole Sol looks good, Doge looks good, Chainlink looks good, obviously Bitcoin looks good. H bar and XRP obviously looks good as well, but H bar also actually looks very good. If H bar can close a monthly right now where it is, I would be extremely bullish. And also, H bar will be benefiting from that US based 0% capital gains tax. Okay, there's a lot of coins right now that if they are US based, they can they will qualify for the 0% crypto tax. Now we obviously need to see that enacted. It's not hasn't been enacted yet, but it's something that a lot of people are waiting on. But to me, H bar still looks very good in the short term. If we look at H bar BTC, looks like there is. See, now this is tough, guys. This is tough. But since all the way from November, H bar has been outperforming BTC. So that means that if you bought H bar instead of BTC, you would have more Bitcoin. Now, I do want to see where this monthly candle is going to close. I think right now, one of the most important things people need to be looking at is not the 4 hour, is not the day candles on these coins. It's the monthly candle on these coins. I believe that is the most important thing right now that people need to look at is the monthly, because the monthly will be a very big storyteller for what's to come in the next 1 to 3 months. Now, like I keep saying, we're still in the bull run. We still need to maintain bullish, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be bullish on every single coin going forward for the next 1 to 3 months. It can be certain coins that are bullish, because certain coins like a Sheeb, this looks bad. I don't know about you guys, but this looks ugly on the monthly. This is giving me, you know what Sheeb is giving me? This is giving me 4 more months for this to rage. Three to 6 months for this to rage. Okay, it still needs to develop a chart where we can have bullish trajectory, kind of like what I did to Ethereum. It can take a couple months for it to start doing its thing. Okay, because the monthly still looks nasty. Okay, but hey, at the end of the day, whatever you have conviction in this time of correction in certain of these altcoins, it still will open a very big buying opportunity, a very big money making opportunity to buy the dips on them. Now, I would say on a lot of these altcoins, just don't expect them to go to the moon overnight. Okay, a Shiba, I am not expecting this to go to the moon overnight. I am expecting some of these coins to consolidate for the time being. Now, an H bar, a Bitcoin, a Chainlink, a Solana, those actually might do well real soon. But some of these coins still need time to develop, and that's just something, guys, that you guys gotta keep in mind, man. Definitely gotta keep in mind. It's really like I keep saying, guys, a lot is gonna depend on the monthly. I mean, even Litecoin looks okay right now. Even though I'm the biggest Litecoin hater, I think Litecoin is garbage, a piece of garbage, literally, that no one uses. But even Litecoin looks good. And one thing actually that my brother was telling me the other day that I found very interesting is that when Litecoin moons, usually signals the top of the bull run. And it's so very interesting that it almost is like, it's like right on the nail. But Litecoin still looks good, guys. Dash, ugh, disgusting. Nobody buys this anymore. Arbitrum, disgusting. Ugh. Optimism, disgusting. Matic, disgusting. Let's keep going here. BNB looks okay. Not bad. Looks okay, BNB. Crow, disgusting. Aave, not bad. May consolidate, like I said. may consolidate. Synthetics, nasty. Venus, nasty. Compound, weird. Looks nasty though. But some of these charts have room to close that monthly in the green and bring bullish trajectory. Uniswap, nasty. Curve, nasty too. Nasty, nasty, nasty. So guys, it's like, I know you guys are seeing what I'm looking at. You know, a lot of these coins look the same. They were gonna break out, we're gonna do a reversal in their downtrend, and the downtrend just continued. You know, it's tough, man. Pancake, nasty. So to me, bottom line before I end this video is that I just feel as though, guys, I just feel as though we need to wait 3 to 4 months for these charts to develop. A lot of these altcoins are still gonna need time to develop. They still are in consolidation phases. They don't look good. I just gotta be realistic. And me going forward, I realized that we were literally all better off buying Bitcoin in the bear market. You know, when I'm wrong, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong because I don't know everything. I don't, I don't have a crystal ball, like I say, and I'm a human just like everybody else. So it's just something that I realized that we were all better off buying Bitcoin in the bear market. You know, like we were all focused on so many of these alts and yada yada, and bull run, the bull run, they're all gonna go insane. Yeah, they are gonna go insane. But if we had just held Bitcoin now in times like this, when all these altcoins are in another downtrend, consolidating yet again, then we can wait for a bottom, and then we can swap out some of this Bitcoin to get more Bitcoin. Okay, and now it just changed my perspective a lot on what bull runs even are. And it just makes me feel like going forward, Bitcoin should be your number one priority. Bitcoin should have always been our number one priority. And Bitcoin should be the means that you exchange to only get more Bitcoin. Because we all know when the bear market comes around, these altcoins, my friend, willed up 90 to 98%. But Bitcoin, who last bull run, who dropped, look at Bitcoin over here. This is the bear market, okay? All the way to the bottom of the bear market. To think that Bitcoin dropped 77%, okay? 77% to the bear market lows in the last bull run. The bull run before that, okay? Bitcoin dropped 84%. So we had a difference. This is a very big difference because way more money is involved in Bitcoin now. 84% drop in the bear market after 2017. After the bull run 2017, that bear market, we had a drop of 84%. Now, in this last bull run to this bear market, we had a drop of 77%. Okay, so that would mean that every bull run, Bitcoin is getting larger, and the dumps are not as big as they once were. So one could assume that in this bear market that comes up, after this bull run, we could see maybe a drop of 50 to 60% only. You know what I'm saying? So it just, in my eyes, Bitcoin should be everyone's number one priority. And Bitcoin, you never sell, you only buy. And it's like I was talking to everyone in the Discord about the CPA. Was I spoke to a seasoned CPA earlier today, and this was someone that I was talking to who's big on crypto, and they were over 60 years old. These people have been in the game for a very long time. And I spoke to a seasoned CPA, and this is what they told me. They said that, say you take 100K in BTC and you use it as collateral to take a loan. you take 30K loan in USDC and you flip that 30K into 60K. When you go pay back the loan, you don't pay taxes on the debt of 30K nor the 100K BTC collateral, because you never actually sold that Bitcoin, and you don't pay taxes on the debt that you took from the collateral. You only pay taxes on the 30K profit you made, as it's still considered capital gains. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a CPA. This is what a CPA told me. So then it begs the question, why should anybody be selling Bitcoin? Because at the end of the day, if you need money, you can always borrow against it, so you can do real life things. Kind of like how someone uses a house. A house can be used as collateral as well, because Bitcoin and home properties are still classified as the same thing. They are classified as property. Okay? So I just want everyone to understand, with that being said, Bitcoin is a lifelong asset. This is something that people should be holding for life. Because if you can collateral against it and always avoid taxes in the process, this is something that people need to consider to as almost a savings account. Okay? And whenever you trade out of it, and this is my strategy going forward, whenever you trade out of Bitcoin to buy another coin to try to make money, it should only be 1 to 5% of that whole portfolio, because your goal is to take that whatever 1 to 5% of your Bitcoin to try to multiply it, so that's even a bigger number. Now you have even more Bitcoin, because like I keep saying, why sell Bitcoin? See what I'm saying? Well, look, guys, thank you guys so much, man, for showing up today, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everyone always showing out and coming to see what I have to say on the market. I'm constantly always doing research, constantly, literally, I live in the crypto market. As you all may know as well, I'm writing a book on crypto, and I've just been learning so much as I'm writing this book, and I really find the crypto market fascinating. And hey, man, I really appreciate everyone for showing up. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And folks, tomorrow, 9 p.m. sharp Eastern, there will be another stream. And like I always say, guys, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't do drugs. Stay positive. And another day, another dollar. Deuces. Peace.